We were just talking about the Morris Cougars having already clinched second in the conference at 8-3. Talked with Perry Ford before the game, and will be hosting the District 13 semifinal. That'll be next Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock against Morehead State. Right now, the Southwest State Band and this afternoon's national anthem, and then we'll be back to look at the starting lineups. And we were commenting that Morris will be hosting Morehead State next Saturday at 3 o'clock in the District 13 tourney. That'll be an interesting one. Morehead State was the squad that beat Morris about a week and a half ago up in Exeter Fieldhouse, and essentially at that point knocked Morris out of a chance for the league championship. So I'm so sure Perry Ford and the staff would like to pay them back next Saturday afternoon. Morris Cougars' first player introduced will be Bruce Lanou. And Chad Boom will go for Southwest State. Bruce Lanou, a senior out of Mora. And Boom, a football player during the fall and a basketball player in the winter, is a freshman from Ellsworth, Minnesota. Here's Jeff Averson, who's been a big part of the success this year for the Morris Cougars, the junior from Madison, Wisconsin. I really like Jeff when Southwest played at Morris about a month and a half ago. Dave Burkindren, one of the leading scorers all season for the SSU Mustangs. He's a native of Marshall and a junior guard. Now we go to the tall threes up front for the Morris Cougars. First out, Steve Ahmet, the sophomore from Woodbury. He was a freshman starter last year, and along with Jim Kirky, those two post players seem to get better with every ball game that they played, and were outstanding college centers at the end of the year. Here's the other man we were talking about, Jim Kirky at 6'6", the sophomore from Rosemount, Minnesota. You know, one thing about Morris, all five of their starters rank in the top 10 statistically in several different categories in the NIC this year. All five of their starters. That gives you an indication of the kind of balance that they do have on the club. For Southwest State, their senior, the only senior on the ball club, Kyle Johnston, 6'4", and he leads the Mustangs in a number of categories. And also introduced there was Jeff Bigger. And now the postman for Southwest State, a junior, Todd Kettner from Gaylord. And for the University of Minnesota Morris Cougars, of course, the Cougars have the transfer from Fergus Falls Community College, Jeff Kalpin, at 6'8", a junior from Osakis, Minnesota. And he's been ranked in the top 5 in rebounding and scoring at numerous times this year in the Northern Intercollegiate Conference. The Morris Cougars, 8-3 in league play, 20-7 overall. Southwest down at the bottom of the heap right now at 0-11 and 3-24. Last year, Craig, if you recall, an interesting scenario. Mustangs and Morris played 3 straight games in a week. At the end of the year, Southwest won 94-81 in overtime up at Morris. They hosted Morris, beat them here 93-90, and then had to play again in the NAIA semifinals, and the Cougars won that one, the one that really counted, 84-63, and then Morris went on to lose to UMD in the championship of District 13. Jeff Kalpin against Kyle Johnston will go into the restraining circle, and this NIC season finale is underway this afternoon. And the tip into the backcourt goes to Bruce Lanou. Lanou will bring it down the middle to the top of the key, and now across the 10-second line. There's the lob inside. They go to Kalpin. Baseline drive, puts it up. It rolls in. Jeff Kalpin gives the Cougars a 2-0 lead. Coming back the other way on the slow dribble is Dave Verkindren to the top of the key. Now flips on the wing to Jeff Bigger. Kyle Johnston rotates to the top of the horn. There's Verkindren, the backdoor lob. The alley-oop for Johnston gets away, and it's picked off by Ahmet. Ahmet with the lead pass to Averson. Averson brings it down the left side. Little stop and go move into the corner. Now out front, here's Ahmet. Does a little double pump and flips it back over to Averson. Here comes Kalpin again along the baseline. No good. And the rebound, Todd Kettner scoops it up. 2-0 the Cougars. Averson puts on some pressure in the back court as he works against Verkindren. Shags him into the front court. Verkindren with a drive throws up a prayer as he hits the baseline, or drives down the lane rather, and he collided hard with Averson. Averson is down. Dave Verkindren tried to penetrate inside that time, and a major collision right down in the traffic zone.
Verkindren put his head down, looked like a bowling ball, going head-on into a bunch of pins right there, knocked down a couple of Morris Cougars. Foul was called on one of the Cougars.
They're working on Everson right now. We're only 54 seconds into the game. Morris has an early 2-0 lead this afternoon. And again, we want to welcome all of the TV viewers in KWCM, Channel 10 in Appleton. Jerry Marquardt and Craig Allen of KMHL Radio here in Marshall, Minnesota, provided the audio for the TV viewers across west central Minnesota this afternoon. Perry Ford out to take a look at his ball player. Ari Colvin of the Southwest State training crew is also looking at Everson. The foul is on Everson, and I guess that exacerbates things for Everson. He picks up the foul and also is injured on the same play.
They're looking at his right leg, maybe the knee area.
The substitution decision has been made by Coach Perry Ford, and he'll bring in the new ball player, number 24. That would be Carl Lipke. And now they're getting Everson up, and they're going to help him off as he gets up very gingerly. Lipke coming into the game to replace the injured Everson here in the first minute this afternoon at Southwest State Fieldhouse. And now he's going to walk her off. And we hope to see Jeff back in the ball game here later this afternoon. Mustang ball after the foul on Everson, and the toss-in goes in the corner to Kyle Johnston. Johnston drives towards the lane, flips it across to Chad Boom. Boom did not play Wednesday night when Southwest had a game against Moorhead. Shot from outside for Kidman, no good. The Boomer gets the rebound. It's up, it rolls off, and the rebound this time goes to Kirky of Morris. There's the outlet pass as he gets it to Lanu. Lanu will bring it down the right side into the front court. Top of the key to Carl Lipke. The lob inside to Kelpin from Kirky. Kelpin's got her up in there.
Morris definitely going to try to go inside every chance they get to Kelpin. He has about a 4-inch height advantage over Kyle Johnston.
4-0 in favor of Morris, and Chad Boom tried a little drop pass, and that one got away from Bigger. It goes out of bounds down at the far end, and looks like it's off one of the Cougars. Jeff Bigger will throw in for Southwest. Bigger looks, and then he sidearms it into Kyle Johnston, and didn't get there. Picked off by Lipke. He comes down, stops, he pops. It's short. Chad Boom will get the rebound in the left corner. Boom with a baseball throw to Verkindred. It's a 3-on-1 break, and Kyle Johnston lost the ball. The Mustangs give it back to Morris.
Third turnover already for the Mustangs in the game.
18-17 to go in the first half, and it's 4-0 the Cougars. Lanu will walk it into the front court. Pass on the wing to Carl Lipke. Lipke over the middle to Kelpin. Kelpin comes out a bit higher this time. Now they go on the left wing. Back to Lanu. Here's Kirky. Pretty good outside shooter, and just as I say that, he pops it from about 17.
You cannot leave him open from that distance. He is an outstanding outside shooter for a big man.
6 zips to score. Jeff Bigger tried to lob it into Johnston, and they had him sandwiched up inside. Picked off by Ahmet. Now to Kirky. Kirky flips it ahead on the right side to Carl Lipke. Lipke ranks among the best in the NIC in three-point percentage this year, three-point shooting. And I'm sure Southwest aware of that. I remember him handing a couple up at Morris when we played there in January. Another one from outside. Ahmet this time misses. Chad Boom down to the land of giants, got the rebound. Now up to Verkindred. Down court, they go to Kettner. Soft turnaround shot, no good. Johnston with the offensive rebound. It's too strong. Rebound, David Verkindred. He'll try and go up, has it blocked, and then we get a whistle. Kelpin, Kirky, and Ahmet, the big three were all there. One of the Cougars.
Mustangs really hitting the offensive board right there, and finally Verkindred drew the foul.
It'll be on Steve Ahmet. That'll be his three.
That was a good example of the height advantage that Morris does have in this game. Mustangs with a couple of good opportunities, but intimidated down low.
Against Moorhead State, Southwest losing by 2 here Wednesday night. Verkindred had one of his best games of the year, 28 points. Dave hits the free throw here. Local product of Marshall High School. He played on a couple of fine teams for Coach Roger Schaefer during his high school career that made it to the regional finals.
Speaking of players who have been playing well for the Mustangs, Matt Mossick into the game.
Out of Olivia, Minnesota. Is checked in for the first time. Here's Ahmet. Over on the wing now to Bruce Lanu. Lanu cuts back to Lipke down along the baseline to Ahmet, and he collides with Todd Kettner, and Kettner will put up the hand. First one on Kettner, and that'll be the first team foul against the Mustangs. 6-2 with 16:58 to go in the first half. And Ahmet will go to the free throw line. 6'8" sophomore out of Woodbury High School. And the free throw's up, and it's good. Ahmet played for Del Schiffler at Woodbury, one of the Twin Cities powers year in and year out. Second shot up off the back of the rim, no good. Now 7-2. 5-point lead for the Cougars, and Chad Boom runs it into the front court. Over to Mosick. Mosick lost the ball, tries to get rid of it, threw it down in the post, and it ends up in the hands of Kelton. Now back the other way, coming down on the speed dribble into the front court. There's a shot from outside. Lipke drains the three-pointer. Carl Lipke makes it 10-2. The Morris Cougars in command here early in this game. Back with more basketball. NIC action this afternoon for Marshall, Minnesota in 60 seconds. Trying to get it up, and he draws the foul.
Good hustle by Chad Boom there to run down that loose ball rebound and get it into Kyle Johnson.
Johnson will go to the free throw line. It's 10-2. The foul on Morris that time was on, and they haven't flashed that up yet, have they? We'll wait a second on it. Kyle Johnston will go to the free throw line, try to make it in. There it is, 52. Kirky. It will be on Jim Kirky. Here we go. Kyle Johnston at the line. Free throws up and good. Nice smooth release.
Kyle is 66% free throw shooter on the year.
Makes it 10-3. Mustangs still haven't scored a field goal yet. We're talking about Lipke a moment ago, who just popped that three-pointer. He was ranked second in three-point percentage, or field goal percentage in the conference coming into the game. 52% accuracy from the long line. Johnston hits both of them, and it's 10-4. Here comes Lanu the other way with the bounce pass to Kirky, waiting out on the wing near the hash mark. Returns it to Ahmet. Ahmet at the top of the horn. Now to Lanu. Lanu covered by Dave Verkindred. On the right side to Kirky. Kirky flips it back over to Ahmet as they work around the Mustang defense. Now down this way to Lanu. Here comes Kirky sliding through. Up and good. Make that. Kelpin, his 6th point.
Nice screen through the lane there to free Kelpin.
12-4. Bigger on the wing for Southwest. Over to Boomer. Boomer from the free throw line comes out no good. Nice tip by Kirky, but it comes out to Verkindred. Verkindred with a 3-point try. No good, and the rebound is on it. Now to Lanu as they pick it up into the front court. Takes it across the 10-second line. Drags it to the free throw line. Now Kirky down low in the post. Ahmet with the fadeaway. That's one of his favorites.
Morris getting the shots they want to right now.
Just to stop inside. The big three. Kelton, Ahmet, and Kirky. 14-4 the score. Jeff Bigger out to Johnston. Johnston drives into the lane, gets the basket. Nice job deking out the defense there with the fake pass, and then he took it down and laid it off the glass and in for his first field goal. 4th point for Kyle Johnston. Knocked away by Verkindred as he was blocking that time. Tried to get it away from Lanu. And it looks like Everson will be ready to come back in. Jeff, who was shaken up in the first minute of the game, will come in for Carl Lipke. Chad Boom will take a rest for Southwest. And Campbell will come in. Greg Campbell out of Kenton, Ohio. Top of the key. With the ball is Lanu, the point guard. Flips over to Everson as they have their original starting 5 back in. Free throw line. Ahmet. Switch. 6 points for Steve Ahmet, and it's 16-6. Verkindred runs it down the right side. Into the front court, we have a body collision. Kyle Johnston mixing it up with Everson, and they're going to call this one on Johnston. On Kyle Johnston, it'll be his first. That's the team's second. 14-36 left to go first half. 10-point lead for the Cougars. Playoff bound again this year. They'll be hosting Moorhead next Saturday afternoon at 3 in the District 13 semis. Winona and Duluth will meet in the others. First round game next weekend. Everson, little rocker step, and now they work it down low to Ahmet. Over this way to Kirky. Here comes Kelpin along the baseline. Up and good.
Great ball movement by Morris.
Artebo Sakis played a couple of years for Fergus Falls Community College, and Barry Ford's mighty glad to have him down at Morris. Shot up from outside, no good by Bigger. Kirky picks it up on the run. He'll try and take it coast to coast. Turnover as he walked with it.
Carried the ball a little bit. Bigger, who missed that shot, got back quickly on defense. That's the first turnover in the game for Morris.
Kelpin ranking 9th in the NIC in scoring, 5th in field goal percentage, and also 3rd in rebounding in his first year for the Cougars. Here's Bigger over to Kettner. He had it blocked by Ahmet. Ahmet drives into the front court, and he lays it in. Up and good.
Outstanding play at both ends by Ahmet. Good defensive play, and then he got the shot to go at the other end.
20-6. The Cougars explode to a 14-point lead here in the first 7 minutes. Campbell drives down the lane. Up and good. Nice penetration that time by Greg Campbell. His first 2, and it's 20-8. Coming back the other way, Bruce Lanu over to Everson on the wing. Everson to the free throw line. Handoff pass. Here comes Lanou for a three. No good. Turkey had position for the rebound. Slapped it right over to Johnston. Campbell behind the back pass to Johnston. He got a hold of the ball, but he was sliding with the pivot foot.
Seventh turnover for the Mustangs.
That one started out okay. It's kind of like the story of the season for Southwest. It looked okay, and then it kind of just self-destructed at the last minute. A little Hollywood move there by Campbell, and then Kyle bobbled the ball or fumbled it, and they ended up turning it over. Inside, here comes Ahmet with the turnaround. No good. Rebound to Verkindren. Verkindren passed to Campbell out on the wing as he was filling the outside line. Puts the shot up and shoots it.
Campbell's been shooting better the last few games. That was a pretty jump shot.
Started out the year red hot for the Mustangs. Missed a few games with mid-season and is just now kind of getting back into the groove. He had 17 against Moorhead the other night off the bench, including 3 long-distance shots in the second half that keyed the Mustang comeback. Top of the horn, Ahmet. Now over to Lanou on the right side. Down low, here's Kelpin again, and this one he misses. Right, that's his first miss of the afternoon. Kettner got the rebound. Head to Mosick. Mosick runs hard, drives into the front court. It's short off the front. Dave Verkindren, the trailer that time, put it up and in. Dave Verkindren with the putback. His fourth point.
Great job of filling the lane and following that shot by Verkindren.
Bruce Lanou, the steady point guard for Morris out front, flips it on the wing to Kirky. Now Ahmet back to Lanou as he rotates over to the right side. Here comes Everson. Shot up, missed it. And Everson's on his back again. He just took a little slip that time. Verkindren with the lob. Tried to go to Kettner. It's intercepted by Morris. Picked off. Actually, let's give credit that time to Bruce Lanou, who slapped it over to Kirky as he anticipated the backdoor pass or the alley-oop lob to Todd Kettner. The Mustangs cough up another one. Down low at the baseline. Here comes Ahmet with the shot. It's in and out. Rebound. Campbell scoops it up. Campbell runs it into the front court. Takes it now down the lane. Drives. Little hesitation move. Puts it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Up and good for 2.
What a job. I don't know how he got that rebound to begin with, but he took it all the way to the other end. Got his own rebound again and put it back up and in.
And quietly, Southwest, led by Soup Campbell, have gotten back within 6 here. It's 20-14. With 11:08 left to go in the first half. Inside, they want Kelpin again. Whistle, we get a foul. The lead official picked something out down on the blocks. And Kyle Johnston thinks the foul's on him.
Little body contact by Johnston.
That'll be foul number 2 on Kyle Johnston.
It's before the shot, so Kelpin won't go to the free throw line. Neither team over the limit yet, so Morris will inbound.
Fouls are even at 3 each. On the inbounds, Lanou lobs her out front to Everson. Everson drives down the middle. Nice pass. Shooting off to Kelpin, who's wide open, and he puts up the chip shot. And for Kelpin, he's already in double figures. And the Mustangs lose it at the other end. Campbell got tied up down at the baseline. And the ball sails out of bounds. Morris will get it, and I think we have a timeout coming up. Harry Ford is going to call the Cougars over. 10:51 left to play in the first half, 22-14. More NIC basketball coming up in 60 court for the Cougars. Over to Everson on the wing. Closely guarded by Chad Boom, who just checked back in. I hear a whistle blowing. We're going to have a foul down low.
Maybe against Boom here.
Boom was riding Everson pretty close. It will be on Boom.
4th team foul.
On the inbounds, it goes to Lanou. Kelpin out high. Kelpin waits for Everson on that one. That touch pass or that bullet pass that time disconnected for Minnesota Morris as Everson lost track of it. 22-14. Campbell comes back the other way. Campbell drives into the lane. Does that little dipsy-do move. Lost the ball. It's on the floor. It's a 50-50 ball. Who's going to get it? Dwayne Quant picked it up to Southwest. Gets it over to Chad Boom. And the Mustangs will keep it. Now to Mosick. Over to Campbell. Campbell's been hot. This one in and out on a three-point shot. Rebound. Mosick baseline. Puts it in.
Great effort on the offensive board by Mosick for Southwest.
That's Mosick's first 2, and it's 22-16. 10 minutes left to go in the first half as we're exactly halfway through the first session. On the wing shot, here comes Everson driving to the basket as he forced it inside that time, and Chad Boom's going to pick up a blocking foul. That'll be the second on Chad Boom. 5th team foul on Southwest, and they're going to give Everson a couple of them at the line. Substitutions continue to come in for the Mustangs. Just about every timeout or every dead ball situation, they'll rotate a couple of new ones in. Coach Pierre-Deschamps sends Bigger back in this time, and also for Kindred. Everson at the free throw line. He hits up and short.
Cougars now 1 of 3 from the free throw line.
9:54 to play in the first half, and the second one is good. For Jeff Everson, 23-16. The lead is 7 for Minnesota Morris. Verkindred walks it into the front court. Picked up by Everson at the top of the key. Now he lets go of it over to Jeff Bigger. Bigger swings it across to Mosick in the lane. Puts the shot up off the glass. Too strong. Rebound comes back to Mosick. Second time up good. Somehow, some way, he gets the job done. He's only about 6'2". He had 23 against Morris the other night, and all of a sudden is becoming an offensive phenom for Southwest the last few games. After starting out the year as a junior varsity player. Down in the post, they work it inside. Now they kick it back out to Everson, and he's got another triple. Everson with his first three-pointer of the afternoon, 26-18. In the game, we should mention Terry Stein has checked in for the Cougars, the junior from Cold Spring. Campbell puts up a long-distance number, but it comes off no good. And the rebound is Everson. Everson takes it down the right side. Quick pass goes over to Lanu. Now they work it inside to Kalpin from Stein. Kalpin double pump, puts it up over the 7-footer. Quant gets the basket, but no, they're going to call traveling on Kalpin. Dwayne Quant, 7-footer in for Southwest State, held the baseline nicely that time. Kalpin used the head fake and a couple little drop moves and tried to get Quant out of position, but he didn't budge, and it ended up as a travel against Kalpin.
Technical foul, I believe, right here against the bench of Morris.
Barry Ford also disputing the calls. And the officials,
either gets the bench or else one of the players. It was hard to tell.
I know Kalpin didn't have a very pleasant look on his face after the signal. It may have been something that one of the players said. We're going to
it must be a player. It's only one
shot foul. It was on one of the players. And Dave Verkindred makes the free throw. Verkindred now with his 5th point. He makes the technical shot, and now the Mustangs will have the basketball. Up the court comes Campbell. Campbell whips it on the wing to Jeff Bigger. Jeff Bigger takes it into traffic and hooks it back to Verkindred, but not quite enough. It was tipped away by one of the Cougars and picked off. Stein, Lanu, back to Stein, and then it breaks off. Offensive foul.
Player control, offensive foul as Morris misfires on that 3-on-2 break.
26-19, Minnesota Morris ahead by 7 with 8:30 to play in the first half. The foul is on Stein. That'll be his first. And back the other way, Dave Verkindred. Low pass into Mosick. He lost it, got it back. Now Verkindred from the top of the key. A straightaway three-point shot, no good. And the rebound, Morris again. Here comes Lanu. Drives through traffic. Weaves into the front court. Now the pass down along the baseline. Shot goes up by Brad Narveson. No good. Mustangs get the rebound. Lead pass to Campbell. He's fouled by Bruce Lanu.
Again, it was Mosick with the good rebound and nice outlet pass to set up that fast break, and Campbell will have a couple of free throws here.
Campbell will go to the free throw line, having scored 8 points already this afternoon off the bench to make that 6 points. And substitutions both ways now. Scott Schrader coming in for Minnesota Morris, and Ahmed also back in. Kelton and Kirky will get a right. Greg Campbell at the free throw line. 8:03 left to play in the first half. Campbell, a junior from Canton, Ohio.
61% free throw shooter.
Makes this one. Southwest doing okay at the line here. I have them 6 out of 6 so far.
6-6.
I want to welcome everybody listening in and watching this afternoon on KWCM TV in Appleton. Broadcasting this game to West Central Minnesota. The college basketball fans. A lot of these players hailing from communities in West Central Minnesota and here in the Southwest. 26-21 our score. There's Ahmet. Flips it over on the wing to Bruce Lanu from the top of the key. A shot by Narveson. No good. Comes off to Mosick. Mustangs could get within 3 if they could down one here. Here comes the baseline drive by Verkindred. Underhand scoop shot. Oh, they got up pretty high in the air that time. One of the Cougars knocked it away. Southwest fans wanted goaltending, but no whistle. And Morris gets it back. I think the player was Ahmet that tipped it away. Out front to the top of the key comes Schrader. Now on the wing, Bruce Lanou. Lanou circles around the top of the horn. Now a pass on the right side. Over to Brad Narveson. Narveson, the freshman from Latour. The Giants, one of the top teams in Class A last year in the state tournament. Shot out front, no good by Terry Stein, and the Cougars have gone a bit sour from the field here the last 2 minutes. Here's Greg Campbell for Southwest. Campbell, bounce pass into Johnston, double pump, puts it up, puts a couple of defenders, it comes off no good. Ball kept alive on the floor by Bruce Lanou. Down the court comes Lanou, slowly into the front half. Now a pass on the right side to Narveson. Narveson sees the three-point shot, takes it, but misses. Dave Verkinven box out for the rebound. Verkinven races the other way, drives through traffic, has it knocked away and stolen by Narveson. Narveson ahead to Lanou. It's a 2-on-2, and Lanou will back off and wait for help. He gives it to Ahmet. He's dangerous from the free throw line.
That ends a Morris cold spell. It's been quite a while since they've been able to put one down from the field.
A field goal by Ahmet gives him 9 now in the game, and it's 28-21. As Morris goes back ahead by 7. Campbell and Mosick bring it up for Southwest. Campbell on the left side. Takes it to the top of the key, lets her fly, and it's good.
He got a man right in his face there, too. A three-pointer, though, for Scoop Campbell.
When you feel confident, when you got the good feeling, why not let it fly? And that's what Campbell's doing this afternoon. On the wing, here's Lanou. Flips back to Carl Lipke, who's returned. Lipke misses from outside. And here's Johnston over to Campbell. Let's see what he does with it this time. Does a little dipsy-do move, drives inside. 2 more for Scoop.
Campbell putting on a show this afternoon offensively for the Mustangs.
That's 12 points for Campbell. And Southwest has closed the gap to within 2. 5:33 left to play in the first half. More basketball from Marshall, Minnesota in 60 seconds. All right, back everybody. 28-26 our score. 5:16 left to play. Morris ahead by a couple. Pass down low. Here's the shot inside. Number 50 again. Steve Ahmet goes for the basket, and Todd Kittner picks up the foul. That'll be his second. 5:12 left to play in the first half. Morris has been ahead all the way. They had leads of up to 12 points early. But Southwest, behind Greg Campbell's outside shooting, has trimmed that down to just a field goal. They want Dwayne Quant back in, but he's going to have to wait until after Ahmet's done at the line. Free throw up by Ahmet, and it is good. Puts him in double figures. He's got 10. And going out now will be Schrader for Morris, and looks like Kelpin will return. 29-26. 3-point lead for Morris. And here's the second half of the 1-1 at the line now for Ahmet. He fires, and looks good it is. 30-26 for Kindred. Takes it across the 10-second line. Starts a little traffic out front. Over to Boom. Back to Verkindren. Verkindren goes into a low dribble. Now back to Boom on the wing. Down low, here's Johnson. Cut off by Kelpin and Kirky. Now he drives into the lane, loses the ball, and it's taken away by Ahmet. Ahmet goes ahead to Lanou. Lanou will take the long one. It kicks out. Rebound by Lipke. He'll back up. He'll take a triple. He fires and hits. Keep an eye on Lipke.
Outstanding three-point shooter, over 50% on the year for Lipke.
That's his second triple this afternoon. 33-26. And quickly the Cougars go back up by 7. Campbell and Boom play catch out front. Now over back to Boom. Boom will take a long one. Comes off the front end of the rim. Rebound by Johnston underneath. No good. And we get a foul.
Yeah, one of the Cougars, as Quant was in position for the rebound.
Pushing foul inside. And I think it's on Kirky. It is on Jim. We were talking, Craig, when we were up in Morris early, and I never got a chance to ask either Dwayne or Jim. I think they're both out of Roseville, Minnesota. I think they may have gone to high school together at one of the schools in the suburbs. Quant about 6'11", and Kirky, of course, the 6'6 post man, inside man for Morris. There's Quant with a turnaround shot down low. No good. And the rebound is by Ahmet. He'll hand it off to Bruce Ledoux, the Mora, Minnesota senior, and Bedouin guard for the Cougars. On the wing, here's Lipke, works it down low again. Ahmet, no good this time, and hard work on the boards that time by big Dwayne Quant as he pounds the glass for a rebound. Dave Verkindren over to Chad Boom. They leave him open out front. Chad Boom just inside the three-point line. Boom with his first two this afternoon, coming off an injury, 33-28. 5-point lead for the Cougars as we're down to the 3.5-minute mark of the first half. Out front, Ledoux on the wing. Back over this way. Here's Lipke again. He wants another three, and he gets it. They're going to have to come out and at least put a hand in his face. They're leaving him alone at his favorite spot on the floor, and that's not going to go. 36-28. Back this way. Johnston inside. Underhand scoop. That was pretty.
That was a major move right there. He just went right around two Cougars. Dropped that one in.
6 points for Johnston as the game stays close. 36-30. Southwest with a 19-game losing streak dating back to December 14th. Underneath, Ahmet. He traveled.
He was all alone underneath. Chad Boom was the only player there to contest him. Gives away about 8 inches. He traveled with it. It's only the 5th turnover for Morris.
This has been a relatively quick first half. We've had a couple of timeouts, but not a whole lot of turnovers, and not too much free throw shooting. We've had some high school games earlier this week that were free throw marathons. Shot from outside, Campbell again. Greg Campbell is really draining him this afternoon. It's another deuce there, and it's 36-32, and he's hitting from all points on the floor. At the other end, here's two more for Lipke. That's a three, rather. Well, one of the other guys just said, now we'll let Lipke and Campbell go one-on-one. That's about the way this one's developing. Campbell again in the free throw line. That time it's short. Kirky gets the rebound. He'll kick it ahead to Bruce Ledoux. Ledoux drives through traffic, and he goes coast to coast, brings it home.
That was a nice move by Ledoux to take it all the way in.
Mustangs just sat back and watched him. And it's 41-32. They work it inside again to Johnston, and that's going to be a traveling call as Kyle moves the pivot foot as he started to make his aim to the basket.
Mustangs have had their problems with turnovers. That's their 13th of the game.
Here's John Mulkern coming in for Southwest State. His first appearance this afternoon. He'll replace Kyle Johnston. Mulkern, a member of the state Class A runner-up RTR club last year, and has moved right in and has been playing a lot for Pierre Duchard this year at his first year as a collegiate. Up the floor comes Everson. Pass now on the right wing. He'll go to Stein, who's back in. Everson feeds it down low for Ahmet. Inside and a beautiful fall away by Ahmet.
Again, a nice screen across the lane as Quant couldn't stick with him.
And Ahmet gets that baseline. He has just as smooth as silk with that fall away shot. 43-32. Coming back the other way. Here's Mosick. Drives into the lane. Comes off the front of the rim. Another rebound by Ahmet. Kicks it out front for Everson. Everson rides down the left side. Flips in the corner to Kirky. Kirky, the big man. Fall away shot. 17-footer by Kirky. And Morris is warming up again. They pulled ahead now by 13. 45-32 with a minute 10 to play in the first half. Dave Verkindren walks it into the front court. Verkindren to Chad Boom, and that one just rolled right off his fingers. Taken away by Carl Lipke. Starts out as a 3-on-2, and now they'll slow up. Everson in the left corner. Down low for Kirky. Back to Everson. He'll try a three. No good. Mulkern runs it down in the left corner. Mulkern to Verkindren. Under a minute to play in the first half. Here comes Mosick. Mosick along the baseline. Blocked by Ahmet. What a rejection. 2-on-1. Kirky over to Lipke for the layup.
That's what you like to do off of a nice block like that. They hit the transition game at a 2-on-1 break.
Morris steamrolling right now. 47-32 with a half a minute to play. It was a 2-point game here just a few minutes back. Out front, Mosick. Mosick top of the key. Bounce pass for Verkindren as he glances up at the clock. Now they'll go back to Mosick. Mosick, a handoff to David Verkindren as they're going to shake it down for one last shot. Verkindren drives into the lane. Penetrates, loses the ball. No, it was a pass off to John Mulkern who gets the basket.
Nice pass from Verkindren. He threw in the defense.
Fooled me. It looked like he coughed it up. 1 second left, and there's a shot by Mosick at the buzzer, and it's intermission. 47-34. here at Southwest State University this afternoon. The Minnesota Morris Cougars are leading at halftime. We'll return with halftime coverage coming up in 2 minutes after these words. 47-34 as we return to halftime. The Southwest State Mustangs and Minnesota Morris but against Bemidji. But even with that, they still have lost 15 straight, and if you don't include that one, it's been since December the 14th since this young and fledgling basketball team has been able to pick up a win. And that was against Dakota Wesley, and they had an earlier win this year against St. John's, which turned out to be one of the top clubs in the MIAC, but the rest of them were all on the loss side of the column. Let's take a look at the scoring right now for the SSU Mustangs. One player in double figures, and he's been a spark for them. The first 20 minutes, Greg Campbell had 14 points coming off the bench, and then there was 6 for Kyle Johnston, 4 points for Matt Mosick, 5 for Dave Kindlin, and 2 each for John Mulkern and Chad Boom. For the Minnesota Morris Cougars, leading scorer was Steve Arm at 13, 10 points for Jeff Kalpin, 14 points for Carl Lipke. I neglected to give Carl as the leading scorer because he was not a starter. He came off the bench and he got 4 3-point shots and also a also a 2-point field goal. So he's actually the high man with George Drain. And 4 each for Jeff Everson and Jim Curtin, and a field goal for Bruce Lanou, giving him 2 points, 47-34. Let's look at some of the starting numbers now with Greg Allen.
Shooting percentages, Morris bringing good job. They had one cold spell about 8-9 minutes into the game where they didn't shoot real well, but they still shot well for that first half. 52% from the field, Mustangs 39%. The strike, Morris 67%, the Mustangs 100%. Slight rebounding edge for the Mustangs, but they also turned the ball over quite a bit more. 14 turnovers for the Mustangs, and just 6 for the Cougars.
And our score here at halftime, 47-34. And right now, down below, the Southwest State University, to our listening audience and viewing audience for this college basketball game, which I think is a great thing to do, to put some of the NIC teams on the TV screen over the course of the season, and particularly these two schools that comprise so much of the Channel 10 viewing audience. Southwest State Mustangs and the Morris Cougars as they come up out down to our far left. Leading scorer in the first half for Southwest with 14 was Greg Campbell, and double-figure scorers for Morris. They had 3 men, Carl Lipke with 14, Steve Armit with 13, and Jeff Kelpin finishing the first half with 10. When we were on earlier, we were talking about the background of these two teams and their basketball meetings. This is the 45th college basketball game between the schools this afternoon, with the Cougars leading the overall series 24-20. Their second meeting this year in the conference opener, January 4th, the Cougars rocked the Mustangs 90-66. Morris has already clinched second place in the NIC after beating Winona 74-61 on Friday afternoon, upping their conference mark to 8-3. The Cougars will have home court for the NAIA District 13 playoffs next Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock when they host Morehead State. Morehead State clinched third place last night with an 88-74 win over Bemidji. UMD has already won their 4th straight league title, 12-0 record right now as they finish with a perfect mark this year in the NIC. I think Duluth, Craig, has won like 46 out of their last 47 or 47 out of the last 48 NIC regular season games. The only one they'd lost during that period was right down below here, and that was a wild game, an overtime game back in 1987 against the Mustangs that Southwest pulled out by, I think, 2 or 3 points at the final gun, the year that they had James Ashley and a few of their...
Kyle Johnson, the only player on that team that they still have there, but that was a wild game here.
Juan Mitchell and I think Mike Tobin may have been a part of that team. The last one to beat Minnesota Duluth in a regular season game. Last year at this time, these two clubs were battling for playoff in their playoff position in earnest. As Southwest ended up second place in the NIC. The Mustangs and Morris ended up playing 3 straight times within a week because of some storms. They had rescheduled the game. Southwest played at Morris, winning 94-81. They played a makeup game down here a couple of days later. Southwest won that 93-90. And then, as it would happen, the two played in the first round of the District 13 the following week for a third time in less than, I think, 7 days. But that time in the NAIA District 13 semi, it was the Cougars' turn to win, and they won it very impressively, 84-63, and then advanced into the championship round when they were defeated by Minnesota Duluth 77-54 to end their year. We'll be back with the start of the second half coming up from Marshall, Minnesota in 60 for the visiting Minnesota Morris Cougars. 52% shooting in the first half from the field. Might as well make that rounded off to 53%. 52.8. Southwest hitting 36%. Three-point attempts, Morris 50%, and Southwest hitting just 17% of their three-point attempts. And at the free throw line, Southwest was perfect in the first half. At the line, hitting on 7 out of 7, and the Morris Cougars were 4 out of 6. Lead scorer, as we said, Lipke with 14, and for Southwest, actually they gave Campbell now 15 points, as he is the top scorer on the floor for both ball clubs. For the Morris Cougars in the rebounding category, they had 3 players with 3 each, Ahmet, Kirky, and Kelton. Or make that Lanou, rather, with 3 rebounds. And for Southwest, leading the board men is Kyle Johnston with 4, or make that Dave McKinley with 5 as we go down the list. The Mustang guard had 5 rebounds in the first half, and then Kyle Johnston with 4. And our score here, 47-34. They also gave Mosick 5 rebounds. So the boards category, that is almost a 2-to-1 margin for Southwest, 24-12. But the Cougars have the lead on the scoreboard, which is the one that really counts, of course, 47-34, our score here at halftime, Craig.
Well, the Mustangs really negated their rebounding advantage by turning the ball over so many times. 13 turnovers for the Mustangs to just 5 turnovers for Morris in that first half.
Another big athletic topic or story here at the SSU campus is the Collegiate NAIA Wrestling Tournament that'll be in Jamestown, North Dakota next week. And I don't have... I'm sure Minnesota Morris has qualified a few as well, as they were the runner-up in the NIC this year to Southwest. But Mike Sterner's Southwest State squad will take 9 wrestlers to the national tournament in Jamestown that have qualified through the regular season and the by-district tournaments recently and have been ranked in the top 10 most of the year and feel that they have a legitimate chance of possibly contending for the national title this year. So there's been a lot of excitement and anticipation of the national tourney, and I think the squad will be leaving about Tuesday or Wednesday for Jamestown in preparation for that, which will run Thursday through Saturday a week ahead. And of course, Morris has a rich wrestling tradition too over the years. The Williamsons come to mind, and the Kozlowski brothers, who've gone on to Olympic fame as well, all prepped and rather went to college at the Minnesota Morris campus. So we wish the best of luck to all of those wrestlers next week in the national tournament this year in Jamestown, North Dakota. And we're back to action here with Kyle Johnston and the Mustangs getting the ball first. And Johnston starts to drive towards the basket, and we have a foul called on Jeff Averson, his second. If you're just joining us, Morris took the lead early, had an advantage of as many as 12 points a couple of times. Southwest clawed their way back to within 2, and then Morris opened it up in the final 2 minutes of the first half, and up by 13 again. Ball knocked away, and now we come back to action on the shot from outside by Mosick. No good. And it comes off the glass, and the rebound goes to the Cougars. Averson, who was injured in the first minute of the game, had to go out for a few strokes of the clock and then came back in and has been in ever since. Averson drives into the middle, goes up and down with the basketball. It'll be a travel.
Good defensive play by Mosick there, kind of tipped that ball.
Campbell will walk it in the front court. Down the left side. Now the bounce pass over for Kindred, and he lost track of that one. Goes out of bounds, and the Mustangs are ticketed with another TO. 47-34. Back the other way comes Bruce Lanou. Kirky hooks the pass into Kelton. Fall away at the baseline. Rolls off. No good. Ahmed reaches out. Couldn't hang on, and it's taken away by Campbell. Campbell rides down the left side, into the middle, leaves it off for Kyle Johnston, and he puts it out gently off the window and down through.
Nice pass from Campbell as he drew in the defense on his penetration, laid it off nicely.
Morris 47, Southwest 36. Out front is Ahmed. There's the pass, and what a beauty. That time it was Lanou hitting Calpin as he came behind the screen, drove right down the lane, and we get a foul, and it's about the only thing the Mustangs could do, or else give up the field goal.
Big mismatch there, too, as Mosick at 6'2" was trying to cover Calpin at 6'8".
Matt Mosick picks up his first foul, and at the line now will be Kelton. Kelton puts the shot up, and it's good. That's his 11th point. I remember up at Morris when we played there back in January. Second free throw was no good. Kelton had a couple of slam dunks that had the braces shaken that evening. The whole building moved on his power dunks. Moved inside there. They go to Kettner this time, and we get another whistle.
Morris had him double teamed. Kelton with the reach in.
That's the first foul on Kelton. 48-36, 12-point lead for the Morris Cougars. Mosick will long pass it out front to Dave Verkindlen, and that one goes in the backcourt. Dave will walk it back against the timeline. Picked up by Lanu. Now on the left side, here's the shot by Mosick. Switch time for three. Mosick with his 7th point. He's been a real bright spot in this club this season. Down low, they work it into Ahmed. Ahmed's shot comes off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound Everson on the weak side, but we get another whistle and a foul.
Pushed by Verkindlen on that rebound.
David Verkindlen will pick up his first. And that's the second team foul on Southwest. And the inbounds is coming up. Here's the pass. Everson goes into Lipke, and another foul.
Campbell coming across late. Caught Lipke on the arm a bit.
At the free throw line will be Carl Lipke. He was stroking on that first half, coming off the bench. Scored 14 points. Free throws up, no good. Lipke out of the Twin Cities, the junior for Perry Ford. And the second one is good. 15 for Lipke. And it's a 10-point Morris lead. Campbell, front court. Bounce pass into Kyle Johnston. Nice spin move. Johnston off the glass. 2 more.
Boy, he just ate up Calvin on that play. Nice spin move inside.
Back the other way we go with Everson. Over to Lipke. Everson, Lipke, the backcourt tandem right now. Down low into Ahmed. His shot blocked by Johnston, and they say he caught him with the body. Foul on Kyle, and that'll be his third.
Kyle says, no, I got the ball cleanly, but Mitchell thought the other way.
Johnston picked up his third, and that means he's going to have to play a bit more cautiously now, the final 17 minutes of the game.
Morris getting a lot of free throws here to open up the second half.
Well, that's the 16th foul already for the two clubs. The 16th foul whistled already in the first 2 minutes of the second half. 4 on Southwest and 2 on Boyes. Ahmed hits the free throw. That gives him 14 points. And the second one's up, and he got that one. 15 for Ahmed. And it's 51-41. Campbell brings it the other way. Over to Verkindlen on the right wing. Verkindlen back to Mosick. Mosick underhand scoop this time. Nice little double clutch shot. No good. Comes off underneath to Lipke, it looks like. And Carl Lipke will walk it up in the front court. Over to Lanu. Lanu on the wing. Now to Kirky. Kirky stands outside. Feeds it down low. Here comes Kelton with that fall away.
Tough shot over Kettner. Nice fadeaway, though, for Kelton.
53-41. Shot from outside by Campbell. He'll try and answer. No good. And the rebound. Lipke goes up and gets another one. Back the other way. Down the court comes Bruce Lanu. Lanu leaves it underneath. Or tried to go inside along the baseline, was cut off. And now they'll come back out and reload at the top of the key. Lipke over to Lanu as he works the left side. On the dribble. Comes around the horn. And feeds it again to Lipke. Out front. Kirky inside Kelton. It rolls and drops for Jeff. 15 for the big man. And it's 55-41. Morris by 14. Just over 16 minutes left of the game. On the right side, Campbell feeds it into Kyle Johnston. Overhand hook this time. No good. Rebound by Ahmed. Down the court, fast into the front. The front half comes number 11. Bruce Lanu down low to Kelton up along the baseline. It comes off. Dave Verkindlen behind the back move. Ball gets ahead of him. He runs it down, and now he'll step the offense out front. He looks underneath. Wide open is Kyle Johnston. Nice backdoor move by Johnston that time as he struck along the baseline behind the defense. Got the bucket. That should count, and he was also fouled.
Beautiful pass by Dave Verkindlen to set that one up as he spotted Johnston all alone underneath. He'll get the assist. Johnston the basket and a chance at a three-point play here.
John Mulkern will replace Todd Kettner in the lineup. And Kitt's really been in a shooting slump the last couple of games. He was shut out on Wednesday night and hasn't scored here tonight or this afternoon either. Free throws up by Johnson, and he now has 13 of the game, 7 already here in the second half. 55-44. And in the front court again is Lanu. Pass on the wing to Kirky. Tried to lob it to Kelpin. Picked off by Johnston. Lead pass Mosek. He's ahead of the field. He'll lay up and he'll score.
Nice release pass by Johnston after he made the steal.
9 points for Mosek. And it's 55-46. Pass over on the wing to Kirky. He'll go down again to Kelpin. Along the baseline. He got it this time.
Southwest just with no one to match up against Kelpin on that baseline.
11-point lead, and back the other way goes Dave Verkindren. He'll flip on the wing to Mosek. To Mulkern. High pass. Again, they want Johnston, and they get him. Johnston and Kelpin putting on the show right now at both ends. Johnston with his 15th point. Pass inside. This time it's Ahmet. Takes it from Lipke, and the shot comes off, and we get another whistle, and this is going to be a Morris foul inside.
It'll be, I think, on Kirky as he gave Mosek a shove underneath.
The third foul on Jim Kirky. And again, the Mustangs have chopped the lead down to under 10, 57-48. Dave Verkindren takes it into the front court, passed inside Johnston. Johnston has it taken away, this time by Ahmet. He drew a crowd. About 3 Cougars had him penned in. And the Morris Cougars bring it back the other way. Pass inside. Here's Kelpin again at the baseline. It's automatic for Jeff Kelpin down there. 19 for Kelpin and 59-48.
Been all Kelpin here in the second half for Morris.
And there's another steal. You just said it. Kelpin takes that one away. 3-on-1 break. Lanu feeds it to Everson, and he scores from the outside.
That was a textbook break right there. 3-on-1.
They had the lanes filled beautifully. Back the other way, and Johnston has that one knocked away by Kelpin, a block. 61-48. Whenever the Mustangs seem to get within 9 or under 10, get the lead down to under 10, that's when Morris lets go. They zoom right back up, and they're on top now by 13. Again, they go into number 45, Kelpin. This shot is short. Ahmet there for the rebound. He gets the easy putback.
I think Ahmet got away with a little shove in the back to Mulkern that time, but he'll get the putback in the hoop.
63-48. As the Mustangs again languishing now, down by 15. Chad Boom off on the left corner. Here's Mosek. He'll try and make something happen inside. He collides with Everson. The shot goes in. It'll be a blocking foul on Everson. Let's see if they count the bucket. No, they do not. Foul is on Everson. Picks up his third. I think a few of the Mustangs were holding their breath there. They thought that may have been an offensive charge, but they didn't go with that. They gave the foul to Everson, his third. Kettner in the ball game for Southwest. He checks back in. And Morris is also going to make a move here. Terry Stein will report into the game. And out will go Everson. And here we go with Mulkern passing in to Kyle Johnston in the left corner. Johnston drives into the lane. There's that little pump fake, and that's going to cause a turnover this time as he moves the foot. 63-48, Cougars by 15 with 13 and a half minutes to go this afternoon from Southwest State University in Marshall. Bruce Lanu on the wing to Terry Stein. Here comes Lanu. Puts it on the near side. Lipke puts up another long-range bomber. That one was from another zip code. And he gets another 3. 18-point lead for the Cougars. And at the other end, loose ball. Mustangs will get it back. John Mulkern will toss in. Mulkern looks and overhands it into Kyle Johnston. Now to Campbell. Campbell from three-point range. He drains it.
And I think he was fouled, too.
Campbell with a 20-footer, nothing but net. And then he put on a little tumbling exhibition as well after he was hit. The basket will count, and there was a foul.
So a chance at 4-point play here for Greg Campbell.
17, or make that 18 now for Campbell. And at the free throw line, see if number 5 can make his second of the afternoon. The last foul was on Lipke. Free throws up good. 66-52. And here comes Lanu walking it the other way. Takes it on the left wing. Over to Stein. Out front to Ahmet from the free throw line. Comes off. Johnston with a rebound. Johnston bounces it over to Campbell. Campbell zigzags. Goes to the free throw line. Tried to dump it underneath for Kettner, and that one goes out of bounds.
Campbell with the right idea that time. Tried to get it underneath. Kettner just could not handle the pass.
14 points. The difference right now is the Morris Cougars are on top. Here's Ahmet at the top of the key. Over to Bruce Lanoux. Lanoux back this way to Carl Lipke. And there's pass underneath for Ahmet. That was a nice job by Ahmet.
Great head fake.
Kirky threw the pass. Ahmet initially was blocked off at the baseline, used the head fake to get open and drives in for the easy layup off the glass. 68-52. And there's another whistle down at the Mustang end of the floor.
Ahmet will get the foul. Johnson with a nice drive to the hoop.
Second foul on Ahmet. And here comes Calton and Everson back in. Going out for Morris will be Carl Lipke, and also checking in at the bench will be number 44, Terry Stein. Kyle Johnston goes to the free throw stripe for the Marshall. 15 points this afternoon.
Mustang still perfect from the stripe. 9 of 9 as a team.
And they are now 9 out of 10 as he missed that one. This will be Johnston's final collegiate game this afternoon as a basketball player for Southwest. 4 years of football, and also played basketball 4 years here. Second shot's up good. 68-53. Morris by 15. We have 12 minutes left in the game. Everson back this way. Everson out at the hash mark. Dribbles to the top of the key. Keeps it low. Now to Kirky waiting on the wing. Kaufman cuts to the top of the horn. Now Everson. Baseline. Here's Ahmet. Double team. Gets the shot up. No good. Kirky with the offensive rebound. He's fouled by John Mulkern.
Kirky with good weak side rebounding position there.
Kirky will go to the line. Has 4 points in the game. And 11:43 still left to play on the clock. Kirky's ready. He fires it ahead. And then about Southwest free throws. Morris not a bad percentage either.
9 of 13 so far.
Here's the second one by Big Jim. It's good. 6 for Kirky, and the lead now is 17 as Morris again begins to pull away. Campbell to Mulkern. He puts up a deep shot. No good. Kelton with the rebound. Pass from Lanoux. Down the court to Everson. Over to Kirky. Everson back inside to Lanoux. He misses. Goes up for a second shot. Blocked by Campbell, and a foul on Campbell. Well, if that would have went in, if Lanoux's shot would have went in, his first one had gone in, that'd been one for the highlight film. They really were whipping that ball down the court beautifully. Didn't even touch the floor on that fast break. And we're going to call a timeout right here. It's going to be timeout called, I think, for the Mustangs. 11:26 to play in the game. 70-53. More basketball coming up in 1 minute. And for just 2 points this afternoon, he had a field goal early. But it's his floor leadership that perhaps his biggest asset for the Cougars. Hits the free throw here. His 3rd point now. 71-53. And the second shot rattles in. And it's gotten considerably quiet here in the gym, or more quiet in the gym over the last 10 minutes or so as Morris started to pull away. Nice crowd on hand for this regular season final. Shot from outside by Campbell, rolls off. Rebound Everson. Everson comes up running. Drives into the front court. It's a 3-on-2. Everson loses it off his knee, out of bounds.
Tried to force it a little bit too much that time as the Mustangs got back on defense.
Kettner hands to Verkindren, and Southwest will bring it the other way. 11 minutes left in the game. Morris by 19. It'll be the end of the basketball season this afternoon for Southwest State, but not for the Cougars. They'll be in the District 13s next weekend. Here's Mosek from downtown. It's good.
He has really been an addition to this Mustang team here the last few games.
That's 12 for him this afternoon, and as we outlined earlier, he had 23 in a game down in Winona that the Mustangs lost in overtime. Here's Everson, the lob into Ahmet from Kirky. He kicks it right back to Kirky, and Kirky misses from the corner. Here comes Kelton with a rebound, having a great second half. Shot rolls off, and there for the rebound was Lanu. Lanu with his 6 points, 74-56. And the lead is 18 for the Cougars. The Mustangs work it back the other way. Morrison a man-to-man, and here's Mosick. Flips over to Scoop Campbell. Down low, hook shot, Kettner. It spins in. First bucket now in almost 2 games for Kettner. He's kind of a lost man out there, and the Cougars throw it away as Kirky couldn't locate it in the far left corner. Kettner, a 6'9 junior out of Gaylord. They're showing flashes of brilliance at times this year offensively, and then at other times they just have not been able to get him the basketball. He's a good inside shooter. Here's Johnston from out front. A little out of his range that time. That was about a 14-footer. 74-58. Back the other way. Here's Everson. He'll square up. Takes the long shot, and it's good. It's a triple for Everson. That's his 9th point. And it's 77-58 as the Cougars continue to stay in front now by that 18 to 20-point margin. Another foul coming up, and this will be on the Cougars.
The Cougars over the limit now in fouls, so Kyle Johnston will have a 1-and-1.
Jeff Everson has just picked up his 4th foul, and that'll give him a seat alongside Perry Ford, and they'll bring Carl Lipke back in. Kyle Johnston at the line, 16 points in the game this afternoon. And here's the free throw. It's up and it's good. 77-59. Johnston works it on the deck a couple of times and takes that second one. It's good. 77-60. Kelton in the Lanu. Campbell picks him up. Kirky off to Armit. Back this way to Lanu. They leave the jump shot open for him. He misses. Another rebound inside by Mosick and a foul on Kirky.
Boy, Mosick is a great position player. He gives away a lot of height down low, but he's a well-built young man, very strong, and he always has a good position. He'll have a 1-and-1 now for the Mustangs.
He's just pesky out there, it seems like, on both ends. He knows he does a good job of positioning on the defensive boards, and then he puts that shot that you almost make you want to scream, and he gets them to go in. He works inside. There's a free throw he missed. And that was his first trip to the line this afternoon. Some of his shots look percentage-wise like they're not very good ones, but he always seems to get them to always seems to be able to knock him down. At least that's been his trend the last few games, and he's been one of the hot players for Southwest. Speaking of hot, Carl Lipke showing us this afternoon why he's one of the top 3-point shooters in the league. That's his 6th 3-point bucket in the game, as he hit that one off the right wing from about 22. Back the other way, Johnston in heavy traffic will kick it back. Here's Campbell for a 3. No good. Johnston steals the rebound from Ahmet, misses on the follow-up, and then Ahmet gets the rebound for sure the second time. Ahmet flips her back, and here comes Lanu into the front court. Down low to Kelton along the baseline. He got hammered. Kettner and Johnston both there. It's going to be on Todd. And going to the line will be Kelton. Kelton was 19 in the game. Chance to hit the 20 mark right here. Free throw is up. It's good. (81-60). Second one in and out. Johnston will make that for Kindred with the rebound. And Dave's been quiet in the second half. In fact, just 5 points today, and he has only made 1 field goal in the game. Mosick as he was going down the lane that time like a fullback up the middle and draws the foul. He'll get to the free throw line. And the foul's on Lipke, number 2 on Carroll. Machik with a dozen. And here's the free throw. It's up and good. I think he started out at, what was it, St. Cloud State, spent for about a year up there, then transferred down. He's native of Olivia. Second shot is in and out. Rebound, Campbell. Campbell dumps it off for Kindred. For Kindred against Carlton, up and good. Carlton just kind of backed off and let David have that one. And Verkindren gets his first field goal of the second half. Morris quickly back the other way. Ahmet feeds it down low to Kirky. Verkindren coming in from behind, brushes him and gives him a little push, and there'll be a foul on David, his second.
Really impressed with the way these Morris guys, even though they're very big team, they can really get up and down the court.
They run the floor well. 81-63, 7:47 left to play. Timeout, I believe the Cougars call this one. And we'll return with more basketball in 1 minute. Tim Kirky at the free throw line. 6 points this afternoon. And the free throw's up, and it's good.
Morris continues to shoot well from the free throw line.
Kirky is 3 for 3.
14 of 19 as a team.
Number 52, Ames, fires and hits. As he makes them both. Lead back to 20. Verkindren, front court, spin move, baseline drive, goes up, comes off the front, gets his own rebound, back in.
Hard work by Dave Verkindren, finally got it to go.
83-65, and some backcourt pressure by Southwest. Lipke across to Calvin. Over to Lanu. Lanu works it on down the left side. At the hash mark, comes back to the front, and looks underneath. He spots Ahmed wide open. Ahmed goes up to the soft slam that time.
Really spread out the Mustang defense. Found Ahmed all alone underneath.
Chad Boom, top of the key from the front side, tries a three-pointer. It rolls but doesn't go down. Rebound again by Kelton. Now ahead to Carl Lipke. Lipke takes it into the middle. To Ahmet, back to Lipke. And again, Lanu, the floor general. There's a tip down in the corner. They tried to get it to Kirky, and that one short-circuited. As it got away, and the Mustangs will bring the ball in. Jeff Everson comes back in, and Carl Lipke will go out. Lipke has 21 this afternoon. 21 points boosted by 6 3-point hoops in the game. Dave Verkindren comes behind the screen, takes the shot, and we have a floor collision. Verkindren and Everson on top of each other. And I think Everson has fouled out. That'll be number 5 on Jeff.
It just checked out of the ball game, and now he's right back on the bench.
Kind of a frustrating game for Jeff today. He got hurt in the first minute. Spent some time on the bench after he was shaken up and got himself into foul trouble when he did get back in. He finishes up, though, with 9 points. Dave at the line. Hits the free throw. 10 points for Verkindren. 85-66, and it's 85-67 as Dave knocks both of them down. In the backcourt, Lanu. Mustangs are going to try some full court pressure on the Cougars, and no problem so far. Kirky gets it into the front court to 3-on-2. Over to Ahmet, back to Kirky. Now Lanu, and there's a foul on Verkindren, hanging on the arm. Verkindren picks up his third. What's scary about Morris, or at least for the rest of the NIC, only 2 seniors on the club. Bruce Lanu, who's been a starter for them all year, and then one of their frontline reserves, Adam Copeland. Everybody else back next year. Here's Bruce at the free throw line. And it's up and no good. Bruce, you know, he's played with the Mustangs. Bruce Lanu. Craig didn't catch that one yet. The Mora Mustangs, his hometown.
The Mora Mustangs.
That's a good athletic school up in the central part of the state. They've had some good football clubs come out of there. Lanu makes the free throw. It's the first one, and he has another one coming up. Second free throw. It's good. 87-67, and the Cougars have been ahead comfortably all the way here in the second half, between 15 and 20 points. And Soup Campbell will be going to the free throw line as Bruce Lemieux, who we just watched at the stripe a moment ago, picks up the foul, and we're going to get another timeout with 6:22 left to play. It's 87-67. Morris in front. More coming up in a minute. 7-67 as Campbell's at the free throw line. He puts it down. 19 points for Campbell this afternoon. He had a couple of 20-point games early in the year. And 17 off the bench last Wednesday against Moorhead, and he's got a 20-point night now. 87-69. And with 6:18 left, the Morris Cougars, and just about got this one wrapped up. They get another bucket there on the lead pass ahead to Kirky. Kirky's first field goal of the second half. Other end, Campbell puts up a long dream. No good. There's for Kindred from outside. It misses. Over to Boom. It looks like the Mustangs are going to just go with three-pointers the rest of the way. Campbell misses that one. And the rebound, Steve Ahmet pulls it down. Ahmet to Lemieux. Now ahead to Lipke. Back to Lemieux on the left wing to Kirky. Inside for Ahmet. Near side, the pass goes to Lemieux. He'll play with it over here. Gets it back to Lipke. And over to Jim Kirky. Morris willing to use up some time. They've worked the shot clock now down to 17 seconds. Inside Ahmet. He sees the open shot. He'll take it. 23 for Ahmet. And it's 91-69. Campbell to Dave Verkindren, right corner. Inside to Johnston. Double team gets the shot up. It rolls off the front end of the rim. And the rebound is Kirky. And Bruce Lemieux will walk it into the front court. Lemieux to Lipke. Back to Lemieux. Drives down the lane and dumps it off to Ahmet. And he's fouled. It'll be on Moffitt. Second foul on Matt. And here comes a freshman in the game for Morris. We watched him up at the Morris Field House from Southwest State up there in January on the junior varsity team. Mark Max of Gaylord. And that means that makes two Gaylord players in the game this afternoon. Todd Kettner for Southwest and Mark Max for the Morris Cougars. 4:54 left to go. And at the line will be Steve Ahmet. Ahmet's free throw is up and good. 92-69. David Verkindren rolls into the front court over to Chad Boom. Boom tried to put up a shot over Ahmet, and he had it rejected. Boom will bring it in, throw in to Campbell in the right corner. Campbell works against Max. Puts the shot up over Max. No good. It's slap away in the corner. Three players going after it. And Mossick and Kirky almost ended up out of the lobby. Here comes Adam Copeland from Hancock, Minnesota. Looking over the tournament basketball series from the other night. Hancock had a big win in District 21 girls, knocking off state-ranked Wheaton. Down the front court, here comes Lemieux. Knocked away. It goes out of bounds.
3-on-1, and Mossick got his knee on that ball and knocked it away.
Well, for Pierre Descharme and the Southwest State staff, it's going to be interesting. They're going to obviously need some new players to come in to reignite this ball club, but I think they have some keepers on this team this year, some players that have stayed with the program and have worked hard. They're going to get a chance again next year, certainly. And Mossick's one of them. Morris misses. Campbell gets the rebound. Campbell zigzags. Tried to hit Verkindren on the run. Dave on the cross under now. Tries to come back for the shot. Missed it as it rolled off the front end. And with 4:10 left, it goes back to the Morris Cougars. And in the backcourt is Lemieux. Over to Kelton. Back to Lemieux. Driving down the middle is Max. Bounce pass Ahmet. Kelton. Now in to Ahmet. Ahmet flips to Kalpin. Kalpin drives down, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Kyle Johnston. Johnson flips it ahead to Motzik. Motzik squares up for the three. Hits the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by the Cougars and then intercepted by Campbell. Campbell comes back, he launches, it's off, no good. Verkindren with the rebound, squirms through the lane and comes back out front. Then flips over to Motzik, and he tries a three. Every time I don't say a three, you don't take one. We're all three-pointers right now. Trailing by 23 points, Southwest State. And they'll pass in again as they get it off. They get the ball back off the long rebound. In the corner is Chad Boom. Boom works it down into the middle, puts up a 10-footer. He got it. Chad with his fourth point, 92-71. Morris has Ahmet all alone at the other end. He goes up for the shot, and he took a hard hit from Motzik. As Motzik came in with a pretty hard jam that knocked Ahmet down hard. It'll be obviously a foul on Motzik. Ahmet with 24, having a great afternoon for Morris. And on Motzik, it's his third foul. Free throws up, and it's good. You'd hate to see one of the Cougars' frontliners get injured in this game. They've got some important basketball ahead of them yet. And the second shot comes off the front end and is short. And I think we're going to see some of the reserves come in now for Perry Ford, and Steve Ahmet comes out of the game. He played a great one this afternoon.
Quality ball player, and as you mentioned, he's only a sophomore.
Dave Verkindren lobs it down to Johnston. Johnston in the lane, puts up a 6-footer. It comes off. He battles, he scrapes, he gets the rebound, and collides with Kalpin, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Johnston. Bit too aggressive that time. 2:56 left. And Morris ahead by 22. Into the front court. Driving down the middle is Lemieux. Passes on the wing to Craig Ross, who's in. He's a Alexandria junior. Free throw, or from the corner, rather, Lemieux misses. Johnson with a rebound. Over to Chad Boom. And it's a mangle under the net. Johnson picks it up, missed the shot. And there's going to be Motzik with a tripping foul this time. And Motzik going out. And I see who we're going to have at the line down here. It'll be Mark Max going to the free throw line. For Morris, got Schrader back in as Kelton goes out of the game. Max with a chance to pick up his first point, fires and hits.
That's 16 free throws made by Morris in the second half now. 20 for the game.
Still 2:33 left. Second shot wrangles in. This time no good on the jumper by Scott Amundsen, who just came in. Mark Max gets the rebound. Max over to Lemieux as we come down to the 2-minute mark. Craig Ross for Morris. To Bruce Lemieux, who's still in. Fall-away jumper at the baseline. Too strong by Scott Schrader. Verkindren gets the rebound. Verkindren hits Boom on the wing. Jumper too hard. Out of bounds, and Southwest keeps it. Bigger and Quant, who saw spotted action in the first half, or spots of action in the first half, come back in now. And looks like Dave Verkindren will go out. Amundsen throws into Jason Evans, who's also reported in for Southwest. Evans misses from the corner. Lemieux, pass ahead to Schrader, I think that was, or Adam Copeland make it. He misses off the left side. And the rebound, Mustang. Johnston down to Bigger in the corner, left side. Over to Jason Evans. To Johnston. Too high for Johnston. Slapped away by Copeland. And Mark Max will run it the other way. Mark runs it into the front court. He'll call the offensive play out front. Drives to the free throw line. Nice feed underneath. Wide open. Got Schrader up and in.
Beautiful pass that time.
Schrader with his first two. 97-71. On the left wing, here's Baker. Baker goes baseline. They've got him sandwiched. Now he kicks it back to Amundsen. Amundsen from way out front. No good. Quant with the rebound. He's fouled. Looks like Craig Ross down low that time will pick up his first. 1:05 left to go. 97-71. Jerry Marquardt and Greg Allen bringing you this afternoon's game on KWCM TV in Appleton and KMHL Radio, Marshall, Minnesota. 97-71 as Kyle Johnston comes out for the Mustangs. And also the Morris Cougars clear their starters off the floor. And nice round of applause for Kyle Johnston, who just came out for the Mustangs. That would be his final time between the lines for the Mustang basketball team. Finishes up this afternoon. I have him with 18 points and a lot of rebounds. Free throws, no good. And Quant at the line was 0 for 2 on that last sequence. Mustangs steal the ball in the front court. Evans over to Jeff Bigger. Bigger out on the wing, comes back this way to Jason Evans. Evans from the free throw line, dumps it underneath for Bigger, puts it up on the crossover. It's good.
Nice pass from Evans to get Bigger alone underneath.
Here we go with Max the other way. They leave the freshman guard open, and Max puts it down. Fourth point for Max, and it's 99-73. As I think Morris can smell that last chance here maybe to hit knock one down for 100 points. Feed Amundsen to Quad, and he goes right out of bounds off his knee. Well, now the Cougars with 25 seconds left can set up a shot and see if they can hit the century mark. Handling the inbounds will be Adam Copeland. A few years ago, hitting 100 points was quite an achievement, but you see it quite a lot nowadays in college basketball and even from time to time in high school. Jumper from out front by Greg Sullivan, who came in, no good. He's a sophomore from Painesville. Out of bounds off the Mustangs. So the Cougars will get another chance. Mark Max. Bounce pass in, tried to go to Ross, and it was kicked away by John Mulkert. On the inbounds, Max. From the corner, shot goes up. Number 42, Troy Johnson, missed it. And the Mustangs will bring it down for one last time this year. Nope, out of bounds, kicked away off of Amundsen. And so the Cougars, with 4 ticks left on the clock, will bring it up for a final shot. Max into the front court from the top of the key. 3-point try, no good. And Minnesota Morris convincingly beats Southwest State here this afternoon, 99-73. That gives Minnesota Morris a final regular season record of 9-3 in the Northern Intercollegiate Conference, and they end at 21-7 overall. And Southwest State is shut out in league play, 0-12, and finished the year with a 3-25 overall record in basketball. For Morris, their season is not over. They'll be hosting the Morehead State Dragons next Saturday afternoon at the Morris Fieldhouse.